Hey everybody, this is True Disciple bringing you another StarCraft 2 commentary, and I am here as promised following up with a 2-on-2, and this is IBS going up, IPS, excuse me, IPS going up against NK in a clan match, and this is a 2v2. As I mentioned before, there were 4 1v1 best of 3s, and this is the 2v2, the winner of 3 matchups. We already know the results, but as I mentioned before, I'm not going to give the results as I might be casting some of the other games later on, so the results are already sealed for this matchup, but every game is worth points. So these games are being played as they will go up in their clan or down in their clan based on whether they win or lose this matchup. So this is going to be ibaneZ and sCuMBaG, who are playing for NK team, and we have ryuzaki, I'll call him Ryuzaki. There we go. People can correct me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Ryuzaki playing the Terran here, and NewbAss playing Protoss. So we're looking at a, I'm just going to call him Noob, because I feel, you know what, I don't mind swearing, but if I keep saying NewbAss all game long, it's going to probably annoy me. So we have Ryuzaku, and look at this, and NewbAss is taking the assimilator of Ryuzaku, and I'm wondering if there is a reason for that. I'm not sure what the reasoning behind that is. If there's a reason for that, are you able to take the gas of your... Oh, I did not know this. So you can actually take gas from your... Wow, that is pretty amazing. I did not realize that at all. It's good to know for future reference. So you can actually take gas, and so it looks like they got some kind of special strategy they're going to do here using this gas play where NewbAss gives the gas to Ryuzaki. And let's bring up that production tab here. We can't bring up nameplates or anything like that, as those don't work in anything outside of a 1v1, which is slightly unfortunate, but we'll make do with what we got. And so I'd be very interested to see what Ryuzaku is going to do with this early gas that he was able to get from NewbAss. Meanwhile, NewbAss is scouting in here. Yeah, I guess I'll just go ahead and say his name, because you know, it is his name, so I will say it. So ibaneZ is throwing down this racks right here to completely wall off, which is very nice. So ibaneZ is not able to get in here and see what's going on. And sCuMBaG is coming up with a Zergling to push that away. Dropping down, and he needs to bring that back up, but I guess, no, there he does. He brings it back up. Factory going down as well, and we have that first Marine coming out. Meanwhile, we see a complete wall off right here. Very, very nice. Complete wall off. These Zerglings will not be able to get in at all. There are no Marines out yet, so they might as well just start poking in there and hurting the buildings. They will be able to take out NewbAss's probe, but then here it is. The first Marine is out, and now sCuMBaG will be forced to push back. So the big question still is with this free gas, from NewbAss, you know, I'm wondering what it's being used for. That's a pretty interesting play. I've never seen this style of play in 2s before. I have to admit that I don't watch 2s that often, so maybe this is something that's pretty common. People can tell me that, but I haven't seen this before where somebody does that. I mean, maybe it's just so that Rio doesn't waste his minerals in the early game, so that he can make this wall off happen. Maybe that's what the case is, because it did slow down NewbAss quite a bit, and maybe it is just to get that wall in, as they want to play a macro game and they want to be able to get these expansions possibly. And since the Terran is so much better at walling in, if the Protoss sacrifices a little bit, 150 of their early minerals, just so that 150 early minerals, you got to consider that's a bunker and a Marine right there, so they can come out just that much faster. And it lets Ryu get to siege tech sooner, and once he gets that siege tank, he'll be able to hold off and defend very, very well, even as throwing down a forward bunker on the offense here. We see, let's check out what's going on. We see metabolic boost is going down for sCuMBaG. Siege tech, as we mentioned before. Oh no, that is ibaneZ that is researching siege tech as well. So it looks like they're going to be using the siege tech to siege up against Rio. But in the meantime, Rio is also getting siege tech of his own, which is finishing just now, and is going to allow him to siege up this siege tank right here. And I'm wondering if it might actually be in range, maybe just out of range, but we'll see in a moment. There he goes. He's going to siege that up, and there it is, and he is within range, and he's going to be able to bombard that bunker. And ibaneZ is going to be forced to salvage that bunker. He will not be able to repair that. He needs to salvage that bunker soon before there he goes trying to salvage it, but it looks like it was too late. Yes, it will get destroyed. He will not get the minerals back from that. And meanwhile, we see sCuMBaG is over here keeping an eye out. He should probably put an overlord over here to keep an eye out too for any kind of drops, as they're unable to see what is going on inside the base. Although maybe there were some scans going down. There is an unfortunate death of a tank moving up and getting destroyed by Ryuzaki's tank right there. So, and yes, as mentioned, that's wasting that tank for the win. And another spectator saying how this is a definite tank map. And I have to agree, because you look at the positioning here with these tanks, they just have perfect coverage all over the place, and there's really nothing you can do about that outside of getting air units. And so let's see what the response is here. We do have Phoenixes coming out for... No, Phoenixes are coming out for NewbAss, and so NewbAss is going to be pushing out with Phoenixes to do some harassment. I like this play from NewbAss. He's going to be using a very good harassment unit. He does have a couple of sentries, which I guess are to throw down force fields right here to protect the buildings from melee units, which is quite nice. Meanwhile, we see tanks are going down. Oh, and there we go. It looks like these NewbAss's Phoenixes are just going in here and absolutely pummeling oh man, just destroying the overlords of ibaneZ, and ibaneZ is now completely supply capped, even coming in here, picking up all of these tanks, picking them off one by one, and I mean, this is just an amazing, amazing play by NewbAss, just completely destroying, and I really like this this cohesion that these two players have, just playing so well, walling off to defend against that early push, and then able to come in here with these and just pick everything up. And look at this frisbee, unable to finish here. There it is. He's now going to try to finish it, but picking up a free overlord as well, and just beautiful, beautiful harassment going down by ibaneZ. I mean, by NewbAss, and NewbAss also going into Void Rays after that. So very nice play, very, very nice play, very impressive. We see in the meantime more Marines are coming out, and it looks like, I mean, all that sCuMBaG can do right now is get his layer tech down, which is finally going into layer tech, and hopefully he's going to be able to do something, take care of that. This beautiful missile turret guarding this this poor lone siege tank here from complete annihilation. And in the meantime, we see more siege tanks going down for ryuzaki. And I just think that as this game progresses, they have both their expansions going down as well. Although it has to be said that sCuMBaG and ibaneZ had their expansions longer. Scan going down and checking things out. They want to see how many units are actually there, and it looks like they're deciding that they're going to probably push out and do some damage. Meanwhile, we see that NewbAss here, he's probably going to pick up this... yes, he is. He's going to pick up this... this lovely Zergling that's holding on. And who has this one here? This is a Marine from Ryuzaki. And here we see NewbAss is coming down. He's bringing his Phoenixes, and he's just going to come in and pick up a worker, and then realize that there is a... there, picking up another worker that was making a barracks, picking off another overlord. I mean, at this point, poor ibaneZ has just been getting his overlords slaughtered over and over again. I'd love to see exactly how many overlords he has lost in this game. Meanwhile, we got Stim is going down for Ryuzaki, and we got Terran vehicle weapons going down, and sCuMBaG is going to get that picked off as well. And meanwhile, we got some Void Rays that have just been produced, and so these Void Rays are going to be able to push out and do some terrible damage. However, they were scouted, so it is expected by sCuMBaG and ibaneZ. But, or sCuMBaG, you know what, I've been confusing myself here. sCuMBaG is the Zerg player that has been having his units picked off, not ibaneZ. ibaneZ is the Terran player. But look at all these siege tanks, these Void Rays, and these Phoenixes. Just a potent, potent combination. And, I mean, man... This is just going to be so bad for our NK team here, as our IPS team comes in here and is able to just do so much damage, able to destroy, stopping the production of that siege tank. Also because he is now supply blocked with the destruction of those supply depots as well. And we do have a bunker going down here as well to kind of reinforce this, and we should expect the GG from the NK team anytime now, as we can just look at the production tabs. We look at all the units being produced and things being produced for the IPS team. Meanwhile, for the NK team, we see pretty much nothing is able to go down right now. We do have some Zerglings and Infestors going out. Those Infestors will be extremely helpful, as they'll be able to, I don't know if it'd be interesting to know if he has upgraded yet the pathogen glands that gives him the extra energy, so that they'll be able to cast fungal growth immediately upon being created. We'll have to see if they have that energy when they come out. But in the meantime, this base is just being, ibaneZ's base is just being completely destroyed by these fully charged Void Rays. And more and more units are coming out for our IPS team. For some reason, it's just very hard for me to say IPS instead of IBS. And there is the GG coming from sCuMBaG and ibaneZ, as they know that there is nothing left they can do. Very excellent game, very well played by both teams. And I'm not sure if this is a best of 3 or if this was just a one match. I know that all the 1v1s were a best of 3. If it wasn't, then congratulations to the IPS team. And if it is a best of 3, then we'll be looking forward to 2 more games.